with 2 nodules actually. This is the first one I've just seen here. Oh, look at that! I think that's a semi-salatum nodule. Well, welcome to another episode of Fossiliferous, and we're back out on the Yorkshire coast, up in North Yorkshire. The good news is the fire seems to be under control, and there's certainly not as much smoke around as there was last time I was here, and the wind isn't as bad, so hopefully there won't be as much wind noise. But I have ordered a new camera and a mic system, so hopefully that'll combat the wind noise in future. So thank you for my supporters who have either bought stuff off me, bought a t-shirt, or been a channel subscriber. That's just helped to get that sorted. So yeah, hopefully be better sound quality. I do like to travel light. I've got to say, the DJI action camera's pretty good. So I've gone for the Action 4 and the mini mic, so we'll see how it goes. Could be good, hopefully so. Right. Oh, it's blooming warm. Whoa. It's absolutely boiling today. So the sea's pretty calm. Yeah, not much in the way of waves. It's a fair to middling tide, so not a very high, not a very low. Yeah, so we're going to be walking along this side, and it's a pretty, I do like this stretch because in the cliff here we've got the Lias sandstones, and then we've got so you get dinosaur footprints and stuff like that, and then we've got the bifron zones for the Dactylioceras, and especially when we go further around the cliff rises. So we've got, well, I had a semi-polytum hildoceras, so all the way up to almost the variabilis zone in places. This bit is jet rock, so the base here is jet rock, and we are, as we go this way, we are getting older and older, so the rocks are rising up out of the sea. So yeah, this bit is actually probably, I think this is where the Ovatum band probably comes out again. So this is basically, yeah, the top end of the jet rock, but the start of the bifron zone. So the Ovatum band, sort of the end of the line for, put me back on. So yeah, even though it's very sunny. So yeah, the Ovatum band is where you find Ovitiscerus ovatum, and they were sort of the end of the line in terms of phylogeny evolution of things like the Eleganticerus. So Eleganticerus start in the early layers of the jet rock, in bed 32 with Tiltonicerus, and then Eleganticerus in bed 33, 34, and they persist through, evolve into Harpocerus, Clavicerus, but yeah, Ovitiscerus were a bit of an evolutionary dead end, so they finish in that bed right at the very top of the jet rock formation, but it's actually not Falciferum zone, it's Bifron zone. So a bit of a difference between rock units, lithostratigraphy and paleostratigraphy, basically, I think. So the units are jet rock, but the ammonite zone is different. So yeah, bottom of the bifrons, and then obviously in the bifrons that's where we get the Hildoceras and Dactylioceras ammonites, whereas below that the jet rock is generally the Harpocerus, Clavicerus, Eleganticerus, but you can find other things in it as well. So back to this. So yeah, so we're going to go top of the jet rock over the little stones there, and then we're going to be into Harpocerus layers. Again, there's very little ever pops out of this stretch, unless there's a cliff fall. You're not really going to find loads of stuff, but it's interesting to see the different types of nodules in the scar. And then we'll go down through the layers, through the grey shales, and then to the swash and liens back in an oxic event. Right, now we're down onto the jet rock, and you can see this is the upper jet rock layers because we've got some squashed ammonites. So yeah, look at that, early dacks. Some more lots and lots of impressions. You quite often see Harpocerus impressions on this this section. But yeah, there's loads when you start looking. Little patches of pyrite, fool's gold. Yeah, there's just loads. There's a big squashed Harpocerus. Unfortunately it's in the shade. I don't know if you can see that. That's all actually, it might be a bit dark. There we go. Squashed Harpocerus. I think I'm going to frazzle today. It is absolutely roasting, and it's literally like 9 o'clock. So there's a better example of a squashed Harpocerus. In fact, look, there's a whole bed of things here. So yeah, this is the upper layers definitely. Both of those shells. Interesting, what was interesting ribbing. Yeah, loads of stuff to see. But yeah, usually not a lot to collect. But anything that's preserved really needs to be nodularised. It needs to be in a limestone nodule. The shale stuff really doesn't usually preserve that well and tends to be crushed. Yeah, obviously the cliffs are younger, so anything that drops out of the cliffs, certainly in that spot up there, there's a good little spot for dacks and ildies. If anything's dropped out, we can have a look. There is a little bit of scree, so we can have a look, see if there's anything dropped out, plus these pebbles down here. Whoop. That's slippy. You have to be careful of that today. You get too used to wearing boot spikes, and then yeah, it surprises you when you start slipping all over the place or end up on your arse. And there's one, look. Quite worn, that one. Unfortunately, I don't think that's worth taking. Another one there, again, also probably not that worth taking. I'll put them on a little boulder somewhere. Worst case scenario, if we don't find anything, we can take them then. There's a souvenir. That looks nice, round nodule, so that might be worth tapping. Somebody's obviously been here because there's a rock tap there. It's had a... Oh, that was me. I recognise that. Well, that means the sea hasn't been all the way up here all week, so that's not good. Oh, there's something. That looks interesting. That might be better. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that, that's lovely dack. Yeah, that's a nice one in there. You can see that going all the way through, so that's going to have a lovely middle in there. That's a keeper, definitely. This one down there as well. It's a double. Even though they're small, that might be worth taking as a little double. Oh. I'm dripping sweat off my nose onto the camera. That one. And sometimes just a case of looking through these pebbles, seeing what you can see. Part of one there, but it's worn out. Might be a bit of Phylloceros, that. I think it is. You just see the ribs, a bit of Phylloceras ammonite, just a chunk. Not worth taking again. Again, that might be worth a little tap. Yeah, I'll tap these two nodules down and yeah, see if there's out in them. For now, cool. I'll just bash this nodule. I wasn't expecting there to be out in it particularly, but there you go, lovely little pseudo-lias. Lovely that. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Yeah, that'll clean up lovely. Fantastic. Just needs the keel going around there and mouth border doing, and yeah, it is a little one as well because there's no outer whirl, so yeah, nice. I think I've just spotted a duck down there as well. So, is it all there? That's the question. No, it isn't, I don't think. No, not quite, but no, probably mostly there. Not a bad one really. Right, see if there's anything else in these pebbles. Yeah, so you can see we're definitely on the jet rock here, look. So, still the little limestone nodules. I think this is pseudo-vertebrae again. Nice big nodule there. Yeah, see all the limestone nodules? All different shapes and sizes. Yeah, you've got a fairly decent cross section of the cliff here. Not probably as good as you find at Goldsborough or Sands End, but yeah, you can see at least a little bit. So yeah, these are all the very thin ones, and I think we've probably got pseudovertebrae above before we get to the whale stones maybe. Yeah, probably. There's an ammonite in there, look. A bit of stuff in there as well. Yeah. Yeah, plenty of little nodules in the jet rock. It's starting to go into the cliff now. The base of the jet rock. Well, it's actually the top of the grey shales, bed 32. Is or bed 33. It's around here somewhere. So yeah, I think it's round here. Yeah, you can see, pretty sure this is bed 33 just here. See there's not any loose nodules, so I can't collect anything, but yeah, so as we're going up the cliff, you're seeing all the different layers of jet rock. There's a couple of nice nodule bands that you can see there. Yeah, and as we go this way we'll head towards the grey shales. Now we've hit the grey shale, so you can see a nice big squashed Dactylioscus semicellatum. So yeah, because we've got the jet rock and the cliff now, and the scar is semicellatum zone, which is the top of the grey shale. So you can see that line of nodules there going up the beach, all semicellatum zone. You can see how it's rising up, so they're going to disappear into the cliff and go up the cliff. And obviously if we go down that way, you're going lower, which is Tenuicastatum. So yeah, occasionally you find nice loose nodules out of here. But the semi ones, unfortunately, they're extremely hard and pyritic and don't tend to split very nicely. They're very sticky. This is the next band of nodules here, look. Start seeing that band going up that way. Probably goes under those rocks out to sea. Pretty continuous layer actually. Yeah. You can see them going up the cliff there. because it'll uncover a few loose nodules. That looks a pretty good nodule, and yeah, we're just in front of the Tenny Cliff, so I'm guessing that's just dropped out. Oh, there we are. Look at that. Yeah, I knew we could start them in there. That's going to be a nice one, so I'm not even going to break that. Straight in the bag.
Quite like the way that's come out. I do like these middle lias multis when you can prep the shells around the ammonites as well. The ammonite preservation isn't particularly brilliant, but it's good enough. I quite like them when they're like that.
Right, and finally we are getting towards the upper Pliens back in, and the Pleuroceros beds. We start at the Horscarens zone, Pleuroceros horscarens. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it yet, the tide might not have gone out enough, but as we go this way we will come across it, most definitely. start to see the red nodules appearing as well in the cliff at the bottom of the grey shales. It's very covered. Quite often you'll see imprints of Chloroceros. You can see a little bit of one there, look. Again, another imprint there. Just out of the whirl. So yeah, this is the horse-grens layer. A little bit there. Pretty continuous bed. So you can find this Kettleness, Brunswick Bay, the side of Staithes. There, look. There. Would have been an ammonite there. There. Another cluster of them here. So yeah. Yeah, so basically we had Chloroceros. That seems to be the main ammonite that we find, and then there's nothing much in the nodules above these Chloroceros beds. That's because we had the Ensbackian Tawarshan and Oxic event, which obviously that's lack of oxygen in the sea, which caused a mass extinction event. So life obviously took a while to recover. There's loads of them when you start looking. Again, big imprint there. So yeah, the rest unfortunately is covered. But yeah, if we then look at the cliff, it's probably a good section just here. It's taken quite a while before we start recovering. And then we have these 6 layers of red nodules, which I think pretty much are there. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 5 there, 6 above yet. And then after that, Dactylioceras, Crosby, Clevelandicum, and then it's tennies over, but you can't really see that in this bit of cliff. But yeah, the tennies are just slightly higher. Semis above jet rock then. That's the stratigraphy, study of the layers. Yeah, you can see it's pretty continuous beds. You can see these markers, you know whereabouts you are in the layers, so you know what's likely to fall out the cliff. We can have a look around this bay. So the tide's still quite far in yet, so plenty of time. A few nodules. That one looks like it's in there. But there's a nice one just down there, look. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nodule there as well, that might be worth tapping. Yeah. Sometimes get these little clusters of material. The knackered one there, look, unfortunately. Yeah. Again, not all there. Oh well. Cool. And there's another one. Oh yeah, that one's all in there. Lovely. Not bad at all, that one. A little wash. Get the dirt off it. All in there. Lovely. Something else there. Oh, I think that's in there as well. Maybe a little crushy, that one. Again, just going to give it a wash. No, I think it's there. Yeah, not bad at all. Cool. Couple in quick succession. There's always one or two bits knocking about in this bay. It's a long way to come just for a dac or two. Really, we're after something better. that might be worn out. Might give it a tap. There's one there as well, look. Again, worn out. Right, moving on. Okay, that one looks a bit more interesting. There's a couple actually, but there's one there. And it looks spiny, but there's also one here. I think that might be. It's a bit worn, is that one. This one. Oh, it's all there. Ooh, it is, apart from a little chunk there. That might preserve, it might not. Let's give these a quick wash in the sea. Let's actually have a look at them. Bits of shale off. Yeah, that one's unfortunately pretty knackered. That is a Perinoceros. But sadly, that whirl has gone. So yeah, no good. Ah, thought that was going to be a good one then. Never mind. Something else there, look. Maybe slightly more complete. Yeah, no middle. Again, you can see it's all crushed in that centre. Goodbye. No middle. Bit of a belemnite there, but it's got no tip on it. Out of the world, no middle. I do think the layers here come down in sequence, so I think we're on the rubbishy DAC layer at the moment, unfortunately. And it's all covered with seaweed, which doesn't help either. Be worth a tap maybe, but right, moving on. That's a better one. It looks a better one. Yeah. Oh, that's all there. Oh, is it? Or is it? Again, I think that inner whirl might be gone, but possibly from that side it'll be alright. A bit more confidence, it's not quite as crushy as the other one. Right. Well, that is interesting. If I didn't know better, I'd say that was a DAC, but surely not in that type of rock. I don't think that is a, can't be a Pliensbachian rock. It must be an older one that's rushed around. You do get these red rocks with the lime kilning. That definitely looks like a DAC to me, nothing special. So yeah, I don't think it is anything too rare. For a moment I thought, oh, is that a rare one? That's been a little bit of a cliff fall here, only a little one, but yeah, looks like a tenny rock. It's a big one. It's probably a semi-salatum nodule, so it's been knocked out as this stuff's come down, because I think this is too high up. But we'll give it a crack, see if there's out inside it. chances are if it's a semi it'll break. Usually do, but you never know. Look at that. Tiny little one, but the wrong orientation. Typical. Like those sometimes. Little Amoroceras. Not broken very well. Doing that actually. Just trying to break that again. Only small but interesting. Typically break it that way and there's no inside it. Oh well, never mind. Right, moving on. Oh, look at that. So you can see it's been a Pleuroceras there. You can see that. Yeah, if there's one there could be others, so I'm going to dig this out and see if there's anything else in this nodule. Sign. Oh, there was one there, right on the edge. Well, I think we've got a Pleuroceras there. It's a little bit hard to see whether it's actually fully preserved or not. And I think it's a small enough rock to take. It looks like it's there, so yeah, we'll take that one. Hopefully there'll be a full one in there. Should be. Normally complete, you don't normally just get partials. Oh, spotted a cannonball. I'm going to give it a crack. Oh, still, there we go. There's a sign of one that's broken there, so let's see if we can split it if there's a plane. Ooh. Split incredibly badly. And there's a big one in the middle. Oh, my luck with cannonballs is so dire. Oh. I think that'll even screw back, fit back together. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, cannonball disaster. Ah. So yeah, heading back now. Not much to see on this stretch, unfortunately. Today it's yeah, quite bare, but then yeah, not a big sea, so not to be expected that we will find much. Heading back now, so yeah, didn't manage to quite get the drone up as much as I'd like. It's still quite breezy actually, so managed to get a little bit of footage but not too much. But yeah, we'll see if we can find something on the way back as the tide's going out now. It's not going out much, so we'll have to see. You never know, could be one or two little bits, but I don't think we'll find much. So still got some good bits this time, and yeah, quite happy already, so fingers crossed for one or two more finds on the way back. Oh, I've seen a nice one. With two nodules actually. This is the first one I've just seen here. Oh, look at that. I think that's a semi-salatum nodule. Oh, well, it could be a tenny. Either way, that is all in there and needs prepping out. Lovely. The other nodule I've just seen is here. result in it or not. If it's any good, it might not be any good actually. It's not as round as I thought. Yeah. No, not quite as round as I thought. I'll give it a bash anyway, just in case. But yeah, nice tiny nodule that. As I expected, empty that one, just the wrong shape. That's quite good though. Unexpected tenny nodule, or semi-salatum, probably a semi-salatum. That's really good. Okay, not too bad a trip out. So we're at the end of meteorological summer. Summer holidays are about to finish, kids go back to school, yeah, usually what happens is the fossiling does start to pick up from now on. September can be a little bit dry, but then as soon as you get that first winter storm, it can be happy days with the fossiling. So yeah, I'll try and get out a little bit in September and October. If I do, October might be a bit of a difficult one because I've got quite a few holidays booked. But certainly then November and December I'll be out with a gusto, trying to collect some good Jurassic fossils. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Thank you everyone for helping to fund the new camera, which will be coming for the next trip hopefully. So yeah, always good to get some new equipment to try out. So yeah, I'm sure I'll get used to it pretty quickly. It's very similar to this one. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, have a good rest of your summer holidays, and yeah, see you on the next one. That looks fun.